theories about election software are not a conspiracy theory, and they're not even partisan. They are long-standing, and they have been widely aired. 4 years ago, CNN told us that scientists were convinced there might have been hacking of the software in the 2016 election.
Some computer scientists are privately urging her campaign to ask for a recount in several crucial Rust Belt swing states. Why is that? Because they say Clinton got fewer votes than she should have in critical counties that used specifically electronic voting machines. And those scientists say that there could be a pattern there and that this is potentially explosive, indicating those machines could have been manipulated or hacked.
So, to be totally honest about it, a lot of Trump voters laughed at that. I think we laughed at it at this show. Either way, the Democrats never proved that it happened, but they remain deeply concerned about election software. Just last year, several leading Democrats in the Senate, moderates, including Amy Klobuchar and Mark Warner of Virginia, sent a letter to the three largest vendors of election systems in our country. Those companies included Election Systems and Software, Dominion Voting Systems, Inc., and Hart InterCivic. The letter the senators sent read this way, quote, "The integrity of our elections is directly tied to the machines we vote on, the products that you make. There has been a lack of meaningful innovation in the election vendor industry, and our democracy is paying the price." Republicans, we should say, shared that concern. Just last year, examiners for the Texas Secretary of State rejected the idea of using Dominion voting systems in Texas. They raised concerns about whether the system was, quote, safe from fraudulent or unauthorized manipulation. For the past 3 years, Democrats lined up on television to warn exactly that. They said we could be minutes away from a full-scale hack of our democracy itself.
Even hackers with limited prior knowledge, tools, and resources are able to breach voting machines in a matter of minutes.
I continue to think that our voting machines are too vulnerable.
Researchers have repeatedly demonstrated that ballot recording machines and other voting systems are susceptible to tampering.
In Arizona, malware was installed in the state elections website. Voters in Georgia and Texas saw electronic voting machines deleting votes and switching them to other candidates.
Our election system and our digital infrastructure are still exceptionally vulnerable to attack. Unsecured machines that might as well have the words scrawled on them, "Please hack me, comrade," in Russian.
Russia. So try to put aside the Russia nonsense. Nothing, by the way, no lie in our lifetimes has so thoroughly degraded confidence in our systems, done more to make the population paranoid and afraid than the Russia lie. And people should be held accountable for that. If they haven't been, they should be. But the point here is that Democrats have been warning about electronic election fraud for a long time, long before Donald Trump showed up. In 2014, for example, the left-wing outlet Vox tweeted that, quote, 68% of Americans think elections are rigged. Ron Klain, who apparently is now set to become the chief of staff to Joe Biden, agreed with that. That's because they are, Klain replied.